Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this Autism Hangout special report. All of us are looking for ways to thrive with autism. Now, the good news is every day more positive reports surface confirming the incredible transformative power of music and art with autism. And with me today is Dr. Rhoda Bernard, the director of the Boston Conservatory Program for students on the Autism Spectrum. This is a bold, first-of-its-kind program that is focusing on developing the musical gifts that are present in many people with autism. Dr. Bernard, I'm so excited to have you here today.
I'm delighted to be here.
When I see a program like this that is taking something with a musical gift and it's really exploring it and it's developing it, be it voice or piano or guitar, can you talk a little bit about how this differs from what normally people would consider music therapy?
Absolutely. Music therapy, which is a fantastic way that music can be a part of the lives of individuals on the spectrum, as well as many other individuals, uses music and musical activities for other means. So for behavioral purposes, to work on social issues, to work on particular cognitive issues. It's used with folks like stroke victims and other populations as well. Our program, the Boston Conservatory Program for students on the autism spectrum, is unique because it's a music program aimed at developing the musical skills and capacities of the folks who study in the program. So the young students who take our private instrument lessons are studying music theory, instrument technique, repertoire, expression, all the same things that anyone taking private instruction on an instrument would study.
Where you are, the Boston Conservatory of Music is an extraordinary institution. It's got worldwide recognition. So if somebody on the spectrum comes there to study music, who teaches them? Who are the ones that take them by the hand?
In our program, the instructors are master's students in our music education program. I'm the chair of the music education department at the conservatory. So these are all students that study in our program. They're master's students. And they actually go through a separate application process after they've come to us if they're interested in teaching in the Boston Conservatory Program for students on the autism spectrum. And that is a very rigorous and selective application process. So these are graduate students who then, once they are accepted, receive very intensive training and ongoing support. So before the program's lessons begin, they have 3 full days of training with consultants, with special educators, autism experts. We have some musicians on the spectrum who are consultants to our program. So they learn teaching techniques, they learn about the spectrum, they learn about all the different kinds of issues that they can encounter and how to work with particular structures to make teaching and learning better.
You were telling me ahead of time that one of the consultants that you have in there is Dr. Stephen Shore.
Yes.
Yeah,
Another one of our consultants is Matt Savage, who you may know. He is a prodigy on the jazz piano. He actually just finished his first year studying around the corner from us at Berklee College of Music. He gigs internationally, and he has been a really helpful consultant. What he and Dr. Stephen Shore both do so well is they can translate their learning and thinking processes from their experience on the spectrum to folks who don't have those experiences. So they're fantastic translators in terms of when I hear a piece of music, this is what I experience. When I'm studying something new, this is what I've learned works for me, and this is why. It's invaluable support and expertise that they provide.
Well, Stephen is such a great teacher anyway. Well, I would see this program as being, if I was a graduate of this program, this is an extraordinary honor, because not only are many teachers criticized today for not having an understanding of how to work with people on the spectrum, but you are already taking the best of the best, the most gifted, the brightest that are teachers to begin with, and you're commissioning them with an understanding of autism that they are not only going to be teachers, these will be the people in the future that end up writing the books and doing the videos as to how to use music to help develop our special kids.
Certainly hope so. And what you say about the preparation of music educators to work with special needs students of all kinds, and certainly students on the spectrum, is an unfortunate and well-documented situation.
Mm-hmm.
The field as a whole acknowledges that as a whole we're not doing well enough to train and support prospective music educators to work with these populations, and then they end up with those folks mainstreamed into their classes, and they don't have the skills and experience.
Right.
What I have learned is that these hands-on experiences where they develop long-term relationships with individual kids and really get to know them and know how they learn and try things out, and something's going to work and something might need to be tweaked, and all that fantastic dynamic learning and teaching process, it positions them very, very well for their work in the field.
Mm-hmm.
We've already had students graduate from our program who have participated in the Boston Conservatory Program for students on the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And they report that it has changed their approach to teaching all of their students. In our first 2 years, we have only offered limited range of musical instruments as part of the program. I'd like to expand that.
Mm-hmm.
What we have offered in the past is piano, voice, violin, and guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to expand that, and coming up in 2010, we're looking at adding flute, clarinet, and alto saxophone. I just had an inquiry about trumpet, and I want to see what I can do about that.
This is the first of its kind as a program, and the Boston Conservatory is generously getting into this, and I understand now that if somebody on the spectrum wishes to participate in developing their skills, they have to pay for it. But how are you looking at the future of this? How is this going to be funded in the future?
We are looking at a couple of different avenues in terms of funding. One is we're feeling pretty good about the training model that we've developed, particularly those 3 full-day Saturdays that I mentioned earlier. And we are in the process right now of seeking funding to expand on that and to bring it to school systems, to work with public school educators, not just music educators, to help them with this training, to open up what we do at Boston Conservatory to a larger audience. So there's some funding applications in that way so that we can give back to the community with the training.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, we are working on securing funding so that we can provide scholarships to families who would like to participate in the program but cannot afford the tuition.
Mm-hmm.
As the program stands right now, it is entirely tuition driven. So we're in a tight situation in terms of being able to offer financial aid. We're not there yet. That is definitely on the horizon. Our development folks have been hard at work identifying prospects for us.
Mm-hmm.
And gee, if anybody here is watching and has some ideas, I'd definitely be interested in hearing about them.
Well, that's actually a really good segue for how do people get more information about this program, whether they would like to participate in it as a student and learn to be a teacher that understands kids with autism. Somebody that would actually like to come and develop their skills that's on the autism spectrum, or somebody that perhaps would like to help you out financially.
The easiest way is to email me directly, and my email is rbernard@bostonconservatory.edu. That's my first initial followed directly by my last name,
Okay.
RBERNARD, at bostonconservatory, all one word, .edu. What has been most exciting is working with this population of children and families who, in most of the things that they encounter, hear about the deficits.
Mm-hmm.
What isn't available, what someone can't do, what is challenging, and what we do in this program is we celebrate assets. This is music that is available to you, that you can do, at which you can succeed. And that, to me, is very gratifying.
Yeah, here at Autism Hangout, we call that Thriving with Autism. And if I was giving out a plaque at this point in time, I would love to give you one.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do, and thank you for your enthusiasm. It's just a joy to have people like you in this field with all that you're doing for our special kids. And thank you for coming on board and telling us your story today.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you, Autism Hangout. I'll be back again soon with another special report.